Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. We've just had a little bit of fun with Fnatic, almost losing their matchup to Penta. But now we're moving on to probably the biggest match of the night, mousesports versus EnVyUS. Now, mousesports already beat Na'Vi once tonight. Can they go one better and top off EnVyUS? And that would really upset the top rankings, I feel.
If there's any map where this was actually possible, Overpass would be it. Now, it's no secret, actually, that EnVyUS don't like playing this map.
Yeah.
They prefer not to do it at all. So
they veto it non-stop.
Yeah, I mean, and they'd actually lost to Penta a week ago on this map, 16-12. So
they've only played it, what, 17 times in the entire 2015.
Yep.
That is pretty huge, considering they've played probably about 40 other times on every other map out there. That shows they really hate this map. And I'd be surprised if they've actually learned anything more on it, because they generally they always keep one in their bag to just veto away. But we're in the pistol.
Yeah, pistol round now going as Kiyoshima is at least able to open things up in towards Chris J, who was phenomenal in mousesports' earlier match tonight. NES is going to take a dink towards his head as well. There's Nico getting involved. He was also very, very big earlier on now. 4v3. And yeah, as I was saying, I mean, EnVyUS, normally when there's a veto process going on, which obviously this is a league, so it's not an issue here. Come finals, it obviously will be. EnVyUS always can ban that one away and not worry about it. But here, at least in the Pro League, you do have to have a fairly deep map pool. At least in most cases. So here's Kiyoshima behind the truck there. Nico's going to push on towards him. There's just 2 players left here in this pistol. EnVyUS starting pretty well here on the CT side. This is definitely where they'd rather start, I feel.
Ooh. Tried to sell out the fake rotate, but it wasn't to be. Now, Happy and MBK moving around. This is just going to be planted at truck, got beat. Good angle from Happy here, but he has to land those shots, and it didn't quite work out for him. He should be able to get the second one. That's going to be God beat down. Now, it's all on Dennis. Now, he's already picked up 2 in this round. Can he make it more as he gets himself... line up for him, and that's 4 in the round from Dennis. Huge plays from him to hold the spawn. Hold the spawn, hold the bomb. Good Lord.
Stunning work from the man. Yeah, you're not unlike me. Those kind of things can make us flustered, though.
Tonight, I don't know what's going on with me. I've been all over the shop with my casting, but that is beautiful.
Poetry in motion there from Dennis. We have a mousesports player drop. I think he got so excited he flipped his table and pulled his internet cord out. So
just like, oh my God! Fell off his chair and then knocked the cable out. Who was it's dropped?
It was Nico. He's back.
It was Nico. Nico's back. Nico, who had a huge game, no doubt about it, on Mirage against Na'Vi. Mouse already beaten Na'Vi tonight, 19-17 if you missed it, into overtime there. Fantastic matchup. Definitely causing problems for Na'Vi. Both had very good T-sides on that map, and CT sides overall. Very even matchup throughout. But Nico was the big man. He was on the retakes, causing so many problems. Chris J got himself 8 kills in 2 rounds as well. So huge plays from him. But here we go, mousesports. Rifles picked up. What can Envy do with the pistols? They're 3-stack in B-side.
Yeah, not really committing too much towards this, but Happy just doing what only Happy can do. He does get flashed up as he's looking for another target here, but it's not a bad start for EnVyUS here to trade like that. But there's next. There he is with a Mac-10 getting work done. There's just 3 players now. MBK will also fall to Chris J, and Kiyoshima and Kenny S have to pick up the pieces here. With only 2 players left. That bomb will be planted behind plenty of smoke here. They're
delaying it as well. They want to get the kills. Chris J is just hanging on to the bomb. They don't want to let them get away, but you're just like, nope, out of here. A Deagle and a CZ plus head armor, definitely worth saving. Big investment from both those players. So Matt's going to close out this round easily.
It's almost the knowledge that EnVyUS, specifically as a team, will aggressively force buy repetitively. Yeah. So to kill them in a round like this would be obviously very good for mousesports, of course, with next we've got to be having those higher income sort of weapons there as well. Already 2 with the Mac-10 for next. So not too shabby there, at least for mousesports here. Happy wasn't able to sort of give us a repeat, I guess, of his amazing clips in the past. Does get 1 cheeky Deagle shot at the start of the round. You know, mousesports here on this map, some notable results in recent times. It was about a week ago, they beat Titan 16-2 in the CSGO League on this map. And then a little bit earlier on, actually almost in the start of September, it was 16-8 versus Dignitas. Apart from that, their results against your top tier teams, as we use that term, have been pretty average. So this is a good chance for them now to turn things around, and on a map that EnVyUS definitely have been vocal about saying it's not exactly their home ground.
Yeah, and Envy only sitting at 7-6 in the league. Not 100% comfortable from. They've played the least games, apart from mousesports, in the entire league. They have still got a very good chance at qualifying, which is, you know, with the loss for Na'Vi earlier on, is going to help them out.
And Titans as well previously. Yep. So still uncertain how that will all end up.
But This time it's a 5-stack. Oh no, Happy's going to actually rotate to A. They thought, yeah, it's probably too many on B site there. So 4-stack from Envy on B site. Possibly expecting another quick train through. Got B. Has he got a weapon other than the Deagle? Or is he just coming in with the Deagle? Looks like he's just gone Deagle. You know what? Why not? Make it fair.
He had an MP7 at the start of the round. He actually might have swapped that with Dennis. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's only got 2.7k, so maybe he did. But he's dropped that off. It's going to be an A hit. Happy's the man that's lurking in the smoke, ready to pounce. MBK and Kenny on the rotate. Apex is going to be joining them, but this is an over-rotate because look at Mouse. Look at the mini-map. They're on the rotate of their own. They're heading straight back to B-side. Envy realize it. They're all scurrying back towards B-side. The rotate coming out. Keo going to get in position in time to catch Nico as he pushes round.
That was nice from Dennis, actually. He just stayed in position, managed to get Nico on towards Kiyoshima. Dennis had a chance there to pick up a rotator, but Nico's still going to do so much work on that side. But there's Kenny S. He's getting involved now. Mac 10 doing some serious work now. He managed to pick that one up. It's a P250 and a CZ for EnVyUS here. 3 players for mousesports. The bomb isn't down yet, so there is still hope. Yeah, they must play in a moment unless, well, Kenny S is now caught in the corner here. So mousesports have multiple ways of finishing that round. And there is Chris J with that AK getting it done. And that is 3 on the board for mousesports early here after a pretty good start. But the guns are now in the hands of the French.
Big round for Envy because they didn't really pick up too many kills in those last few rounds overall. So not the greatest start from them.
Average 2 around.
Pistol round was pretty decent. Pistol round was decent. Very close stuff. But what are they going to do? It's going to be 2 Kenny S and Keo going down towards long. And then 3 over towards B. Okay, Happy, Apex, and MBK. MBK is going to be the peeker. But that means they've left connector open. And that's bought time for Nex and Dennis to just push on straight through. Party's open. Everybody from Mouse is just pushing straight through restrooms. Envy, they have to realize this. They have to realize that something's up here.
Keo and Kenny S can respond to this one as well. They are sitting out on long, so in a pinch they can get towards those restrooms, especially with mousesports taking their time. Apex also holding A, thinking about a bit more of a conservative position now, as Kenny S and Kiyoshima both being drawn back as well. Mouse might choose to rotate back to B, and if they do, well, EnVyUS can match them as well, as Nico and Chris J are now in long. It's going to be a slow burn here for mousesports. They're just trying to make sure everything is just in order here. But EnVyUS have done well to keep themselves out of sight for the most part. Constantly moving. Very much a transient setup here for them.
They just boosted Chris J to get a peek around that corner as well. As they start pushing on long, Apex does go aggressive, finds himself 1 and 2. Gets tagged pretty low, but he's done the damage and now he's backing away. Chris J pushes on long and Keo manages to mow him down. Envy in a solid defensive position now. Kenny's going to peek around, will find himself 1 on Nico. And now Dennis, the last man. Apex just around the corner. He should get Apex down. Unless he hits the wall.
Yeah, Apex went low. You obviously can sort of fire through that small band there, I think.
I mean, he went from 15 health to 4. Yeah. It's the smallest of bands. That was, yeah, not great.
Well, EnVyUS get that one back there as well, and you can see that they were giving ground as well. They initially pushed up just in case mousesports were going to get aggressive, and then they saw mousesports slow it, and so fine, we'll slow it up too. We'll sit back. I mean, A is a bomb side that sort of facilitates for decent crossfires, and that's exactly what they did. Now, bomb, well, just being dropped and passed around here for the mousesports guys for the most part now. 2 heading over towards Park here. Kenny S and Kiyoshima again. You're going to see them do this often. See Keo always preparing to turn away from the flashes that hit towards long. He's going to come up to the rock. It could be tricky to hit him behind there. And Mouse going to Party. Going to get their pointy hats on.
Same again from EnVyUS. This time MBK is going to find 1 on Nico. Nico was the sole distractor. And actually, oh, clever. I was about to say clever play. We'll get back to it in a moment because the challenge is coming out and Kenny will make them pay, but he will get picked off by Nex pushing through restrooms. Now, Apex is coming around. Is he going to be expecting such an aggressive play? No, clearly not. Look at Chris J, though. He's going to catch him as he comes through the smoke. Happy not helping out there. Just about only got in position. Chris J finds another. And suddenly, mousesports in a 2-on-1. MBK already got 1. Chris J not landing the first shot, though. Can he get the second? You're damn right he can. And that's 3 for Chris J in the round.
That's astonishingly well read for Chris J, actually. You saw with an almost unnatural sense looking over towards that bin there as well, behind that A site. So definitely keeping his angles covered. Probably definitely heard a bit of sound as well.
It's almost like a 50-50. He's either going to peek out the bin or he's going to come from up the side of you. In which case, you'll probably hear him coming from that direction. So, yeah, in-game sense, very much on. And mousesports, again, forcing Envy into a very tricky situation. But as I was about to go back to Nico, you watch Nico play often, he'll be the guy that will go through tunnels. It's Nex that's doing it at the moment. But he'll be the guy, and he holds this perfect angle as he comes out that basically gets, we saw NBK doing it, that hop position when you're just peeking over wall, and he almost always catches the head as they're trying to do that. It's just inhuman reactions, I believe Anders would call it. But either way, it is Mouse just clearing out B-side with ease, and it's going to be a simple plan for them.
Yeah, that's right. Happy and Kiyoshima just going to try and work here from Warplay. A couple shots on the Deagles coming out, but mousesports will have that one done fairly rapidly. And have a look at this scoreboard here. mousesports with a very good T-side so far, actually. It's, some of these rounds have been, ground down a little bit by them, but definitely off to a good start here. EnVyUS a little bit quiet, despite, Apex and Kiyoshima specifically have been the guys doing the dirty work there, sort of towards the toilet block and long. But mousesports are getting the rounds here. That's what's important, obviously.
Risky stuff from Nex, holding on to that P90. He knows that EnVyUS are going to be making a buy into this one, but of course nobody's gone for the head armor, so
that's a really crucial point. Yep.
FAMAS is across the majority of team. There it is. That's the exact what I was talking about. Wow, it's like, I mean, he does it so often. Teams know that he does it, but it's so hard to counter because you need to be peeking. You need to get that information, but he's just so good at doing that. In
the back of your mind, you're always thinking, I've got this. I've got vertical advantage. I'm holding the angle already. Should have this, but Nico somehow manages to turn that around almost every time. That's It's
also, I mean, it's the slimmest of peaks. You're like literally dead.
It's very rapid.
New animation model working wonders for Nico. Although he used to do it before that change.
Well, here's Kenny S now on the back of A side. Hard for him to really glean too much information about what's happening, especially towards those toilet blocks here. It's a fairly passive position for him, and Mouse have actually rotated 4 players back in the direction of that B side. Now, Apex is actually up on sandbags, so he won't be able to see anything that's happening through canals. If Mouse are quick about this.
Yeah, Apex is... Nobody's looking at Monster. Oh, and Chris J finds Happy, and now Apex actually realizes he's going to have to move out of the situation. Are they going to try and rotate? Apex is going to cover one off. Chris J is going to go for another peek and manages to land himself the second. And now Kenny, he's going aggressive on this one. It's going to work out for him. He gets down Chris J, but that is all it's going to be. It's going to be 3 for Nico in that round. And mousesports in a really very good position. Envy, as we said at the start, Envy hate this map. They just don't play it that often for a reason. They just do not like it.
Oh, you gotta love the way that mousesports actually peeked in towards, I think it was Apex there as well. Up on that pillar, one at a time. It was one poke, second guy pokes, third guy pokes and picks him up there. So very, very maddening to try and deal with that as well. So Apex obviously not much chance there as well. And it's another pistol round here for Team EnVyUS. I mean, I know they don't like this map, but mousesports are also putting on a bit of a clinic there as well. Nico with so much control there around the construction area. But look at this setup here as well on the minimap. mousesports not extending too deeply at all, not even going as far as Party.
5 stack from Envy on B. 5 stack with those pistols, just hoping that somebody comes their way.
Look at this.
Is there a little boost going on there as well?
There's a workers' union meeting over on that B site at the moment.
Are they going to... Oh, yeah, a workers' union, yeah. This construction will not go on. Yeah, Kyo is going to... I think he's about to take a little peek through Monster. Nico's actually looking at that. Nico tosses out the flash, the distraction force, but Happy's the sole man to rotate over towards A site. Mouse still playing this one very cautiously. They don't want to get caught out by any anti-ecos because they already have themselves a great lead here. I think Dennis, is he going to check the door? No. Nico's going to be the only man, the only distracting force.
This is mousesports keeping an anti-eco team like EnVyUS honest as well. They know sometimes how aggressively they can. Look at that, man. Nico just getting absolutely chunked down. I think it was Kiyoshima actually just going across with the 5-7 no less as well. So straight towards the head, and now you can see that Nico just going to back up and hopefully let Mouse, the rest of his team at least, be the spearhead. Smokes on A here as well. MBK is actually going to push up towards long here. That's Happy in the smoke. MBK going to challenge Chris J. He's going to get taken down. The man had Norp hard to beat that one there. He's Happy with the Deagle. What can he do? Spraying that one. He does get towards Dennis, and he gets towards the head of God B. But next is there. It's like we're waiting. We're poised to see more Happy stuff coming out. But here's Kenny S as well. Does take down next, and it's just Nico with the 8 health left. And EnVyUS, they've done it.
They ran the clock down solid. 5 members were on B site. Mouse just took so long to get into A site that Happy is like, you know what? I'm going to take a little look. Because Nico, nobody was making a move on B. So that was horrific. That's exactly what Mouse were trying to avoid. But they ran the clock down so long that they forced themselves to panic play, to rush into that site. And all it needed was just the single bomb carrier to get taken out by that Deagle. big mistake by mousesports.
It's like, Mouse know that they're on eco, so they still want to keep them honest, but maybe that's a little bit too much respect there to the Frenchman, who, to be fair, had no body armor whatsoever, by the way.
I mean, you think back to like Fnatic, Na'Vi tonight, they would have just gone straight in there. Like, you're on pistols, we're going to smash your face in.
Happy now just contesting here. Oh, all right then. Takes down Nico with a little bit of spray through the smoke, and that guy's going to regret making himself so much of a target there. We're happy to back away now. NBK is also there, waiting in the wings. 3 players. Look how much ground EnVyUS give here on this map. They give up so much. So sitting very close to these sites here. It's not a bad thing. I mean, I guess they're happy to sort of, you know, let Mouse sort of come to them and actually have to fight ahead of their smokes that they're setting up here. EnVyUS giving nothing
Kenny
for free.
boost. Look at that little Kenny boost over there. Got him turreted. Oh, he's moved out of it. EnVy showing a few little things, little glimmers. I think they're going to boost him again. Yeah, they boosted Kenny again. There we go. See, he's boosted up just the back of the APC. He's on Kyo's shoulders. And it does work out for him. Gets himself a shot on Chris J. Also, that's a flash on towards God B. They're not going to know he's around that corner, but all those flashes are doing all it needs. 20 seconds on the clock. They've got to push.
God B still mildly flash as he pokes around the corner. Kiyoshima was there to meet him as well. Next went down in the meantime. Dennis is trying to make some sort of inroads here. And he did take down Kiyoshima, who had a great round thus far, but he's got to be chased down. They're not going to let him keep that AWP. No way. And there is Apex to finish the job.
So, EnVy creak the way back into this one. mousesports just left that door wide open, and EnVy are happy to push on in. Again, running the clock down, mousesports, and not working out for them. And this is giving EnVy a chance to build up their bank. They've not really lost too many people in that last round, just 2 down. Chris J is buying back into this one. Not quite the glass cannon, but 0 utility. And if mousesports lose this round, well, the round loss should kick in, so they should be okay if they can pick up a few kills.
Yeah, squandering a few rounds away. There was 6-1 up here, but EnVyUS now just happy just to sort of
look at
let
Nico.
them come.
Look at this. Look, he just jiggles and sits and holds that angle. He's so good at catching that little hop, and it's not working out for him. Happy's not peeking, not falling for it.
Apex actually going to make a target of himself for a moment there, and Dennis actually is going to be the one who's going to try and get some shots on him. Apex nading over.
Cheeky.
See, EnVyUS just playing from their sights and only from their sights. You can see Kenny S is probably the most extended person, and he's actually gone up towards toilets here. Oh, this could be nasty. There goes one. God B drops. Kenny will back up, happy with just the one for now.
Yeah, and that was God B being the distracting force. Chris J was meant to land the shot, but it wasn't quite in the right time length. Time waves, whichever you want to call it. Kim and Kenny are doing a good job at holding A, actually. Since they've been able to get their weapons, they've kind of stopped Mouse dead in their tracks. Dennis is going to be the one that challenges from long, so it does look like it's still going to be this A hit. Nico's just trying to cause himself problems for MBK, who's on Toxic, just the other side of that pillar. And they're just, they know where each other are. Just trying to land those little shots through the smoke, and Nico will land it.
Kiyoshima now we're going to be aggressed onto this A side here, but he will be able to take down Dennis. So a little bit of burst play from Mouse, not sort of paying off. And now Chris J is going to join Nico. This is going to be their push definitely towards this B side. But Apex is going to be there. He takes down one. Chris J responds with the AWP, but Happy's going to try and get involved. Chris J says no, and he'll get the plant down as well. Kiyoshima and Kenny S, they're scrabbling to get into position right now. But Mouse, oh, they got Chris J, and that's all they need right now. He gets him just through the corner of the wall. Surely Kenny S will shut down the dream tale, the fairy tale, if you will. And he'll get this defuse here easily enough. And that's going to bring this one to within 2 rounds. EnVyUS with another one on the board.
It was some monstrous plays from Chris J against Na'Vi that dragged them screaming and kicking to overtime. And it worked out well for them there. And I wasn't quite sure, but Kenny, he purposely delayed. Look at Chris. Chris looks towards Sniper now. That's where Kenny is, but he doesn't peek yet. Doesn't peek. Manages to get Kyo, realizes he's probably looking the opposite direction, finally goes out to peek. So purposely delayed there. Kenny picking himself up 3 kills in that round as well, by the way. So Kenny and Kyo going aggressive on A site this time on long, while the rest of the team head to B.
And Kyo actually, instead of setting up on long, turned away from the flash. Kyo's gone in towards toilets. Here's next as well. Oh, Kenny S gets a good little spot on that little boost. And Keo into Tortoise now as well. Good smoke out to try and stall, but Mouse will push straight through it.
They're pushing fast. They know that Kenny's down long. They realize that Keo's probably with him, and they're going to go aggressive. Of course, it is only Tech 9s, so this is exactly what they need to do. Chris J's planting right for this one. They managed to smoke them off, and Next gets around with the P250. He knows that Kenny was there. He knows that Keo's likely in that smoke, and now they should be able to close them out here. It's a 3-on-2 advantage. Keo just waiting for the smoke to clear. MBK got to distract them, draw all their attention towards him to buy time for Keo to try and push through the back. Is it going to be enough? MBK gets one. The time is ticking. He's going to... Oh, he's run out of bullets! Oh, no! MBK! Oh.
Timing doesn't get about any worse than that, really. That's about as bad as it's ever going to get. The shot was sitting there. I mean, the man was a sitting duck on the defuse, and he had to go, of course, for that USP. And he is punished for it. You can see now as well. Pressure Gobby, he's using a lot of bullets. He's got one bullet. Maybe not noticing, maybe hoping for a one head tag. And there is Next. Brilliant stuff from the man. Very quick flick. You can almost smell the Doritos from here.
360 no scopes. And now that puts Envy back in towards an eco. So Mouse, got to make sure they don't fall for this one. Next is going to push on through. Yeah, Mouse, like... Okay, we're not going to slow play it into the anti-eco again. MBK is the only man there. Happy is now rotated in, but they're all in sight. And this should be an easy round for Mouse, barring the aggression from Envy as they collapse every angle.
We'll try and make it work here. Happy takes down Nico. We have 3 still. Next is trying to hold with the AK in pit. He does get 1, but he's low. 52 health only for the man. Now the spray down. Kenny with the double here. The Deagle getting some serious work done. And Chris J's left on his own with the AWP. He tries to get Kenny in close range. He does not get QC somehow.
Oh, no.
I don't know. That was a comedy of errors, and then some brilliant play from Chris J. Goes for the AWP at close range, switches to the Tech 9, and then gets shut down by Kenny S, who just had a massive round. Those 2 Deagle shots were sublime, and then to finish with the AWP. EnVyUS getting a little bit fortunate there, though. I will say that. That could have gone either way.
That was a 5-man hold, and they lost to an eco. That was... Oh my God, Chris J. Well, I mean, he did switch to the Tech 9, but it's just... Going for the no-scope.
The knee-jerk reaction was that no-scope shot, I think.
Yeah, just going for that no-scope. But, I mean, in fairness, it shouldn't have been down to Chris J in the first place. It certainly wasn't his fault. He's the AWPer that was sitting at the back. Yep. It was everybody else that was just falling in the smoke to these pistols, the P250s. And that's the problem. Like, when there's that much smoke down, which they themselves placed, they're giving Envy the chance to sneak in with the pistols. And those pistols at close range can be just as lethal as those rifles. Kenny S whiffing the shot, actually, not managed to land it. That was Chris J, I think, that was peeking around there. That was an AWP on AWP. So, door open. Whoever loses this round, their economy is going to be broken.
Oh, let's see what happens. How Kiyoshima takes down Gobby. Kenny still has a little bit of money, but you're going to have to share that around a bit. Speaking of the man, he does get the AWP shot towards Chris J. And Keo still holding now. This is Apex back on towards his A side. They're
trying the fast push again. They know that along A is pushed by 2 members, so there must only be 1 on site. Nico's the one that's trying to challenge out, and Happy is going to get around the side. But Happy, that one little pistol shot gave his position away, and he's not able to land it. And now Nico. MBK's on the rotate. He knows that 2 people are down long. Dennis is trying to distract them. Nico has been cleared out by MBK. And now Dennis, the last man standing, gets the tag onto Kenny. Takes his head off, picks up the bomb. And now what's he fancy with this one? 20 seconds on the clock, caught with nade in hand.
Yep, going to take a very quick dirt nap there. Interesting how that sort of round went through.
Now
and as you said, yeah, I mean, it's not great for mousesports, is it, money-wise? I mean... Even EnVyUS actually having to dig a little bit deeper into their pockets. That awkward moment where it's one or the other to have the bank broken here. But look, 7 T-side rounds, for mousesports is nothing to turn your nose at here.
But I mean, it's true. But when it was 6-1, you've got to be thinking we should be doing better. And that's 2 anti-ecos I've lost to now. 2. That's really where they screwed up. The biggest one where they screwed up was when they delayed so long and then ran out of time.
mousesports are not the first team to fall to an EnVyUS eco, and they're not going to be the last. I'll give you the big tip. They have so much finesse in that, and they managed to actually make those rounds happen in the most craziest of ways. Happy now through the smoke, trying to make that work, but the Apex was behind him against the double, and mousesports are just going to be mowed down here a little bit. And to pretty much no casualties on the side of EnVyUS. Yeah, I mean, again, that's what EnVyUS can do. They're just almost poetry in motion, some of the stuff they pulled out there. Audacious is a great word. Audacious, but they actually managed to make it pay off a lot of the time here. So 7-7, last round of the half here. mousesports can buy a bit.
Yeah, can they rescue something? They're going to be disappointed with themselves because they were 6-1 up. the fact that they've managed to let Envy scrape it back to 7-7. But I will say, Titan, while they did win the game in the end, were 9-1 up and let Envy draw it all the way back to 9-9. So they're not the first team to let this happen against them, Envy. They're very good at comebacks. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, Titan did end up winning that game though. But that was on Dust 2, very different. This is Overpass. Mouse still have a very good chance. We've seen Chris J's clearly hitting the shots. Nico is on point. Which, when they switch to the CT side, we haven't really seen what Envy have had to show for them. They've not got a positive win-loss record on this map in 2015, so we'll have to wait and see. Mouse make their final play. It's going to be B site where they hit. Happy in connector could actually pop out the door and come right out behind them.
Got B again, already dead in this round. And oh, nice turnaround there. Chris J on towards Happy. I was just going to say, God B being down already there has been a bit of a problem. He's only got 2 frags so far in 14 rounds, so he's struggling to make his impact. But speaking of impact, that's a bullet to the brain for next. But there's Nico with a quick double here. It's 2v2. Kenny will be watching him from the balcony. It's going to be a Molotov as well. I don't know if Keo will jump down or stay up there at this stage. He's going to hook back around now. The bomb is still loose. Mouse haven't picked that one up yet, and as the fire does burn as well, this is just burning down time as well. Chris J's going to get challenged by Keo and completely disintegrated, and now it's only 17 health for Nico. He's done well this round, but he's got a little bit more to do if he wants to take it away, and the push from Kenny S mid-air with a CZ, just for a bit of style points, is going to make it 8-7 at the half.
Who did we lose in the half switch? Was someone from Envy. Was... Why is my brain not working? Keo? Keo. No, Keo's there. Keo, Apex, MVK. Happy. Where are you going, Happy? By the way, Envy are all in the house at the moment, the gaming house. All but MVK. MVK's in Austria,
Austria, probably.
Probably in Austria. Yeah, 4 members of Envy all in that gaming house, so still setting up, of course, prepping. Unless actually may have joined them now because they're probably on the final crunch.
Oh, no, I saw a video today,
I think they all travel tomorrow.
I saw a video today of their... it's actually a really nice house. Got a pool and everything.
It's a lovely villa. Yeah.
It's just what you want as a CSGO team, of course.
I remember Hastro showing me the pictures when they were looking at buying it. I was just like, that's just not fair. It's not fair. It wasn't exactly kitted out. I think he even posted a picture on Twitter as well, like the beautiful interior that was there. They've had to kit it all out. So, you know, lots of money invested in this team. Of course, they did make the final in the last major. They got giant sponsorships. I was sat there with the guy from Monster, actually, was sat with Hastro when I was watching the semi-finals with them. So very, very happy with their performance overall. We'll see how they do. Another team that has to deliver. The question is, though, obviously, you look back at the Intel Extreme Masters in Gamescom and, of course, the major that followed shortly after. Was that the honeymoon period for EnVyUS? How are they going to deliver next week? Big ask for them when TSM and Fnatic are clearly on a high right now.
Yeah, I mean, that top 4 is going to be shaping up so fantastically for this next major as well. I don't know. I think EnVyUS are always going to be in the mix there as well. They always give us such beautiful games, really. I mean, really, the question at the moment here in this second half, as it does start up, if mousesports want to sort of hold on this CT side, God B definitely needs to become more of a factor here as well. He really needs to get involved. And the question comes up, what do EnVyUS have prepared on Overpass, if anything?
Well, that is it. What's Happy going to cook up for us? It is going to be Apex has to go the utility man. Everybody else running in with that armor. Let's see how they deliver. It's going to be a fast train straight through connector. Is it going to be in towards A side? Because B is actually the place where they've stacked out, and Godby's all alone on A site right now. EnVyUS piling in there. Mouse heard the footsteps. They're on the full rotate. All 4 members. Now, is this going to be a little of a fake coming out? No, they're just going to keep on going. Keep on going. This is going to be a mishmash. Who's going to come out on top in a 5v5?
Well, so far, so good for EnVyUS there. MBK and Kenny S just dispatching members left, right, and center. Kenny S looking for another one as well. He drops the gun. He's going to pick up a new one as well. Going to grab Godby's USP as the bomb already down. That was a very fast push there from EnVyUS, sustaining no casualties in the process. Kenny S, they're taking some gunfights that may be unadvisable with the rest of his team on the periphery. And now Nex as well is going to get involved. He gets 2 as well. Nico's here. It's a 2v2. It's already been turned on its head. The plant is down, mind you. And here's the 1v1. NBK versus Nico. 6 bullets left in that USP. Make it 3, make it 2, make it 1. He gets it with the last shot. But can he defuse in time? I don't think so. Oh, actually, no.
I don't know. I think he might have it. This is going to be very close, though.
Yeah, that's one. He got it. He got it.
Just.
Look at me being so sure of that. It's implying I actually knew all the time.
It's got it. It's got it. Like totally, yeah. Clearly got it. A couple of, just a millisecond, I think, or 2, if it had been able to delay. But mousesports, MBK just ducking and a diving, bobbing and a weaving, but wasn't to be. And Nico, huge plays from him once again in the pistol. I think he picked up like 3 or 4 in that round with that pistol. Obviously took down Kenny and MBK and forget who else. But either way, big round from him. And Envy now going to go with the Tech 9 train. It's going to be straight into B station.
That can't be understated, that last round, but here we go. The Tech 9 train is going to be happening here through sandbags as well. No early, really anything from Mouse over on that area. No smokes, maybe that was theirs. I'm not sure towards sandbags. All right, not too bad. They have some strats at least. I'm sure EnVyUS have something prepared, but there's a smoke towards Sniper here. That's going to cancel out next, but Nico, what a beast, he's in that pit. He's looking to do some damage here as well. Pushing up towards Pillar now, back around towards MBK. Kenny S cheekily gets the bomb down, but he's going to be taken down in just a moment here, and it's Happy and it's Kiyoshima to try and hold on here as well. Nico's not stopping for anything. Finally stops to take a breath and reload his gun, and he's done significant damage to EnVyUS here. It's a 3v2, and there's Chris J as well. Now it's his time to step up. Happy is not even amongst the action here at all.
That's going to be on the bomb diffuser. Oh, it lands heavy onto him. It's God B, but he's holding it down. He's going to try and push it. Oh, Nico killed God B. Happy got Chris J down. What is happening right now? I don't think he's got time. No, absolutely not. I do not believe what just happened. That was horrific. And for all the great that Nico just did, I'm pretty sure it was God B that was sticking the defuse that he took down.
Yep. You actually saw the view we had was God B defusing the bomb.
Are we going to replay that? I really do, because that was just bonkers. So look at Happy. Happy, it is God B.
There's Happy going across the screen, by the way.
Nico kills the defuser.
Yep.
Oh my God, they just screwed the pooch.
So you see, he was defusing, and you can see just on the upper right, Happy was running past, just spraying widely. And somehow Nico has not seen Happy, or seen him anyway, but he's hit God B on the bomb, and then at least lost another teammate as well to Happy pushing through. So perfect scenario there for EnVyUS, and that's got to suck as well, especially after such a hard-fought pistol from mousesports.
Look at Chris J. He's gone very aggressive here. It's obviously straight up to mousesports on the pistol now. Kenny S is not letting him through, though. He knows what's up. He's like, I reckon if I was a sniper, I'd be trying to get around the back. He's going to get flashed out. Does spin around. Not going to work out. Got a big tag on Happy, though. Look at that. That's 2.
That's, yeah, even with helmet as well. That tag with the, I think it was a P2, no, it was a 5.7 using, yeah, close range. Can be pretty nasty here. So Nico sitting back on this one. Dennis actually fell as well elsewhere, and there's MVK getting involved, smoking towards a bank as well. That's going to force Nico back towards the side, and in a predictable movement pattern, enough for MBK to pick him up. So mousesports, their big gaff in that earlier round now, opening things up for EnVyUS, and they get their second in a row here. And you know what? That's all they really need to do, EnVyUS here. Just set things up, push through. And now, obviously, mousesports kind of not really looking that flash here.
They're going to be kicking themselves. I'll tell you someone that needs to kick themselves up the butt. It's got B. He may be the shot caller, but he's not having a great time right now.
No, still 2 frags for the game. I don't want to highlight your frags being an indicator of your impact.
No. I mean, shot callers, you never know, but still 2 frags is 2 frags.
It's 1 frag in 9 rounds, so put it that way.
Yeah, we're a long way into the game right now. Happy does get the opener on Nico. It is just a full save this time around. So Happy just on cleanup duty. Next is, I say cleanup duty because we've seen so many Anticos turn around between these two teams. Neither appear to be overpass strategists, I think is the politest way of calling it. 17 games for Mouse. 17 games. Tell a lie, I can't count. It's 27 games. I think 17 games for Envy, 27 games for Mouse.
I think the beauty here for EnVyUS isn't in the intricacy of their strategy, but their execution. And that's almost irrespective of what map they're playing on. That's just EnVyUS as a team here as well. And you can really see, everyone can see, I'd like to think, how they've sort of adapted to having Apex and Kenny S join up with the team as well. And I love watching them play. It really is a pleasure. So Nico here, going to be throwing that Molotov there, and no one really going to come through that avenue at the moment here. It's mostly from sandbags, or at least they're going to work out from construction to see what they can do. No one's poking that little jump spot there. Here with a smoke there. They go to walkway. So they got some stuff set up here. Here's Kiyoshima actually pushed through. He found Nico on the side as well. There's Dennis to repel him, but the rest of EnVyUS have already pushed their way in here. Dennis can't see the wood for the trees, I guess you could say, as the smoke covers a heck of a lot, but there's MBK replying 1v1. He gets another one as well. And God B. Chris J's got an AWP here, but only another teammate with him. God B just going to try and get the flash. He used it. He got 1 kill, but Apex was quick enough to respond. We have the 1v1, and Apex will plant.
He's going to get the plant down. Chris J is going to have the angle as soon as he comes out of this, though. So he should, Yeah, he realizes it's a dangerous spot. Now, is he going to back away? I think he's just wondering. He's going to sit on the bomb. He's going to sit. That's a really risky play because it doesn't give him too many angles to cover. Chris J, though, forced to make a play. And with that smoke down, he gave up the position. He knows that he's got to try and push through pit. And Chris J's like, nope, not falling for your games, Apex. And he's going to back away. So good mind games from Apex. Forces him away.
I think where he planted as well,
yeah.
If Apex had gone to sandbags under the cover of that smoke, it might have been a little bit more risky for him to interrupt the defuse just because it was tucked in around the court. He could still warbang that as well, but always some risk involved. Chris J didn't really sort of fancy losing the AWP in any attempt to sort of stop that one there. So that's...
The problem was for Apex that he knew he was up against Chris J. So chances are Chris J could have been studying sniper with the AWP, just scoped on it. And he's just like, if I back away, I'm going to get picked off, you know, as we saw Kenny do on Chris J earlier on. So he kind of like, it was in I'm just going to have to stay here as a snail and try and hope that nobody comes looking for me. It worked out.
EnVyUS now looks like, well, they're going to make their way again in towards construction. NBK actually going to push straight through here on towards Canal. So
aggressive.
Smoke on the side here as well. Chris J just on the side of Pillar. He will be able to secure NBK early on. He gets a second as well. Just a flick of the wrist. There was 3 for the man. And now Kenny S happy able to respond there. Well, he's happy with 2 himself. This is back and forth. But Kenny S now, he's all on his own. See what he can do now. If he can live up to the hype that Chris J just created with 3 of his own. Now, Dennis and Godby only have pistols. Only one of them has armor to speak of. Only one smoke between them. So
is he going to rotate to A? I think he is. Kenny's going to rotate to A. He's not going to plant it B. Now, Dennis and Godby, they're trying to pinch a move. They're waiting for that bomb plant sound. Train's going past, going to distract him a little bit, but Kenny's already almost at A site now. He's on a very, very slow rotate, but I think they've got to realize this. Godby's obviously a great tactician. Oh, and he's got himself into sniper. Beautiful, beautiful play. Now, oh, he nearly got caught with the nade out. Now he realizes, tagged so heavily in the back there, down to 30, but he's going to get into A and get the plant down. He's going to plant it for himself, you would assume, so he can cover it off with a good angle.
Yep, there you go. So obviously you can see straight over the bed of that truck there as well. I think he could still...
Great plant for him though. He could have done. He should have planted it there, but he didn't know. He didn't know where else was because he only saw one.
Yeah, I'm no expert. I'm not real sure, but Kenny S now will just sit back with that up.
They're like, what angle is he holding? They're already signed the defuse. Godby's sticking this. He's got to move for it. Godby's going to get it. That again, it wasn't the like he should have planted around the side, but he had no idea where the second person was. He got tagged, but he only saw one person. He didn't realize that both were there because he didn't see the guy down a pillar. So he expected somebody.
That's why he flashed toilets.
Yeah, you would expect one to be on A, one to be on B. Which is why he's sort of like, I need to plant it as soon as possible to get in there. So
it could also been like expecting someone at long as well, and he could have tucked himself off towards the left.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was expecting somebody must be on A side because there's 2 people alive. It's got to be a 1-1 situation. But so he just instantly planted the second he got in. So he didn't plant it for his position, which is a shame. But well played, mousesports. That's an eco round win for them. So the anti-eco is working well between these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, both those rounds ending in kind of strange circumstances now, but we still find ourselves with only 3 in it. EnVyUS there, opening things up here. Kenny S does get a decent AWP shot on towards Chris J, and Nex is being pressured here heavily. A lot of shots coming through that tin fence. And Nex again with a second. Kiyoshima goes down. Apex is in toilet block here, and Godby will actually not be aware of his push through here. He missed him as he crossed that small gap, and Happy now on towards Nex, and that's unfortunate, I think, for mousesports by and large here. As EnVyUS sort of had good position. Godby, I mean, he saw the one player. He knew Apex was in there. Surely not. He goes down anyway, but somehow had a sense about that player being there.
Nico on the rotate is going to try and get around, but Apex is ready for him. That molly's going to force him into blue rooms, and Kenny's actually making his way down long A with the bomb. So Apex... Oh, he's got himself tucked in nicely. Now Nico realizes he's in a real tricky, compromising situation. He knows the plant was around the side, but he manages to just spin and take down Apex. Should not have come out on top in that duel, but Kenny won't let him get away with it. And Envy pick up another round. Still a very close game, this one, but mousesports forced once again onto the pistols.
Yeah, not a great time for it really at all. I mean, Nico has a little bit of bank there saved up, but it's in the interest of being conservative here for mousesports that they just take this one slow, and they will buy, well, Nico, at least a deagle and a bit of armor for him. He did obviously have the spare change lying around for that one. And EnVyUS. Kenny S obviously with the AWP in hand now as well, and I've got to say, there's been solid performances from him and Happy, specifically on this one. I mean, you know, from that they don't seem to like, they still manage to execute whatever they're trying to do, whether it's a push towards a bomb site or any sort of rotation very well. And there's Kenny S as well. He opens things up. He was sitting right back. That was Chris J getting aggressive from long.
That's the second time he's tried it, the exact same thing. And Kenny's just sat waiting for him to do it. So, seems to have his number on that one. Happy's creeping through. He's going to find Nico just around the corner. But Nico has a deagle, don't forget. That was the one purchase that they'd had. And now Goppy in restrooms will get picked off by Keo. Last man standing is next, who will go down to Keo, who got himself the triple in that round. Envy looking like they're in a good position now to try and close this game out. Pretty much last roll of the dice for Mouse. Are they going to force it up? Because it's not great money overall. It would be FAMAS's if they are. It's going to be a pistol, so they're going to roll the dice. Their Envy potentially take it to match point before they buy.
That's conservative.
I mean, they didn't really... I mean, a force is not great on Overpass.
No, of course.
And we've seen quite a few pistols work out. I think they're going to stack it again. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a full stack on A site this time.
But again, the abundance of those close angles is a little bit limited on this one as well. So it's not like your case where you can sit around a corner with the cheeky sort of P250 or something. So they won't go towards long. No surprises there. Mouse just try and set up here around toilets, get those little angles. You can see all of them there actually with little goblin corners of their own. So MPK is going to push in here as well. It's going to be a Nathan Schmidt get around that boy, and there's Dennis pushing up out of mid. Let's get one himself, but here's a push from EnVyUS on towards long. Nico will be able to recover an AK at least, but he's not really where he needs to be right now as NBK takes down Chris J. EnVyUS have sustained some casualties here.
Still tricky. Dennis gets another. Now they know the bomb's down. It's a 2-on-2. Nico coming around the back of them. So Kenny's flashed out and dealing with Nico. We're pretty much down to 2 1-on-1s. It's going to be Dennis that will find one. Kenny's now in trouble. He's got people come from both actions. He's going to run straight into Dennis, but he takes his head off as he runs around the corner. I don't think he's got time. Nico has a kit.
This is perfect.
Kenny has this perfectly. This is the position he needed before, but he lands the shot. He knew exactly where Kenny had to be, and he's got time with the kit. And Nico, the only man that invested in that round, will get hit for mousesports. And Envy, well, they can't afford to buy themselves back up. There's going to be a bit of passing of the cash, but look at this shot from Nico. It's beautiful. Like, he knew exactly where he's got to be. He's got to be there. Bam, headshot.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess he must have studied the position of the bomb, so very clever from him. I mean, he actually bought a deagle at that round as well. He recovered an AK on that B side and has used it to such great effect, and that's a big risk for mousesports. It's potentially the game hinged on that one there as well. They've overcome that hurdle, and it's time for the next one.
Now they're switching it up. They want to go B site this time. Nico actually going to be up close in Monster. Keo not going to push through. Nico's going to stick tight around the side there. Nobody peeking into Envy, but they know that they're in and around that site because the amount of smoke's going down. Apex is going to smoke a flash through. Envy making the push on towards B side.
Let's see what happens here now as Nexus is going to be screened off by smoke, but Dennis is going to step up to the plate. He takes down MBK. Shot comes in towards him and leaves him very, very low. There's still a strong mousesports presence here, close towards the site. Kiyoshima's going to show his head for a moment and loses it for his trouble. That's next. Got to get onto him now. 2v4. EnVyUS, this is falling apart from their fire. Is all over that middle platform, but there's Kenny S bringing his team back into this one, and Happy, he's being very careful about working out from sandbags.
He saw next drop down, so Kenny's basically got the information. There's 1 or 2 in pit right now, but you probably should worry about Chris J and Sniper, and that molly forces Happy away. The bomb, remember, it's just outside of Monster, so they can't get there. It's just down the bottom of Pillar, and there's, well, Chris J with this sights train there. He's going to have to make some tremendous move, and instead he goes, here's my head. Go on, go on, shoot it, go on. And Chris J doesn't need asking twice.
Holding a very tight angle there. And this is mousesports yet again, you know, really putting pressure onto some of these teams that we expect to sort of be very much sitting on the top. These top table of the ESL ESEA teams here, they're not there yet, of course, but that was an important round. You can see that, you know, money-wise, EnVyUS could buy for the most part here. For the whole part at the very least here. But another round, mousesports keep it going. Double AWP set up for them here as well.
The thing for mousesports is they have been doing great in these online matches, but they've never really transferred it when they've got to a major. They'll always be there or thereabouts in groups, and that's about it. They're like never really on the quite the cusp. Yet online, they really do take it to them. As you said, they are on that like line, that dividing line between the titans of the world as well. In mousesports, they're so close to stepping it up one little bit further. With Nico in there, I think they can do it. I think they've certainly got it in them. They clearly have the players that can step up to the plate, but they need everybody to be stepping up at the moment. Goppy, while he is the strat caller, is not stepping up at all. It's the rest of the team they're carrying right now.
EnVyUS approaching this round with due caution. See, they really haven't extended too far at all. NBK's got himself into construction unscathed so far, and that's a decent sign. He's not seeing any more come with that as well. Look at Nico. He's got the AWP. A quick flick of the wrist towards Kiyoshima. And that's a spearhead player down for EnVyUS now as they want to work their way through those canals. He can back up a little bit as well. That's actually allowed Chris J to stay at A for the moment, but definitely it's going to be EnVyUS pushing on towards B.
It's a big change as well. Nico with that AWP. Dennis is going to find BK, but he doesn't come out on top. He had the angle on him. Chris J will, though, in sniper, doing problems. Now, Happy's on a big, long rotate coming around from A site. He needs to get around in position because the rest of his team are being massacred. Next is going to find Kenny S, and now Happy's the last man standing, and they knew he was coming. Nico with that AWP gets himself a triple. You know, this man can do anything with any weapon. Right.
And that's why this double AWP, set up for Mouse. I mean, in the same way that it is for TSM in so many ways, it's quite scary. Nico's a freaking beast, man. Look how he shuts this down. Bam! The off angle as well, it does require that sort of flick, and I mean a lot of AWPers at the top level can do it, but doing it consistently is super important.
He's a top rifler. That's the thing. He's pinpoint accurate.
He's a
with
top
that
digger
rifle
as well if you want to go there.
So this Serbian is doing absolute wonderful work, no doubt about it. NPK's got to be careful because Nico's peeking down this monster again. NPK's going to try it with the deagle. Not going to quite work out. Gets a little tag on the leg of Nico. That's enough to force him away. But Godby manages to take down Kenny S. Nicely
done by him. That's an important opening. And mousesports actually looking all right here, of course, as Pistols here for
Apex. Chris J on Apex.
AWP's
and there we go.
Work, man. AWP's doing some serious work. There's Chris J. If it's not Nico dealing death with an AWP, it's Chris J doing just that. And now, these two teams are one round apart. mousesports, let's think back to 9-14. Let's think back to when mousesports had to make that gamble and actually buy up for that round, go for the force, and they made it work with those pistols. Now we're here. This is translated so beautifully for them. Let's see if they've got enough gas in the tank to keep it going.
Feel like this is Na'Vi all over again, isn't it? This was a very tight, close position. That went to overtime. Will we be seeing the same? Envy been shut out the last few rounds. 4 rounds running. Mouse have got it. Look at this. They've got turret. Happy's going to come through. He does manage to find one. MBK gets a peek on it as well, and that's going to take down Nico. So he was finally removed. Oh, and Happy's going to find another. That was going straight, Dennis, into his crosshairs. So 2 down on B. Is it going to be a rotate? Oh, no. They're going to find God B, and that opens A site right up. Apex Kenny pushing down long. Keo, MBK coming through restrooms. Chris J on the rotate. He is going to be in a really tricky situation as he gets into position to fire.
That's it. It's going to be the flashover for him now. He's got to make this one shot count. He's looking for a player, and there is NBK. He falls for the shot, but he's got a heck of a lot more players to deal with as well. Chris J burns down. He's scoped in, and the shot from Kiyoshima is going to be enough to finish him off, and it's just next here. And this is going to put EnVyUS on match point. This is just a disaster for mousesports after they made back so much ground. Smoke is up on that site, and the bomb ticks down. Next is going to have a crack at it, though. The spray down is not going to work in his favor, and that's EnVyUS 1 point away from taking this match.
Great play. Honestly, it was Happy. Happy came around, got Nico quick and early on the boost, and then straight away managed to find, I think it was Dennis down in pit there. And superb stuff from him. That basically distracted the whole of Mouse. They pulled the resources over towards B's site, and it was a total fake. And when the man that's selling the fake, which is obviously the shot caller Happy, manages to sell it so well and get kills, it really can destroy teams. Now, of course, Mouse can't afford to buy themselves straight back into this one. Chris J back on the AWP, Nico back on the rifle. Chris J going aggressive, but he's on his own. Normally you have support in this position. Kenny and Chris J are going to find each other. Chris comes out on top. Sadly, we didn't see it.
All right, oh, there's another one from him as well. This is just what mousesports needed at the most crucial time. Chris J on towards Apex and EnVyUS with only 3 players to make this push, to orchestrate something, to try and shut mousesports down here at the very end. And Godby and Chris J, they've canvassed out long here. They have control. Happy's got the bomb right at the back of the playground.
Keo at restrooms is going to find Chris J. Now, Godby is just around the corner still. This is far from a clear point. He's checking the angle, giving Happy the go, all clear. You can't get up here yourself, mate. You have to wait for some support. And Keo will get Godby down. Now, next is all alone on A site. They're going to keep on pushing on towards here. Nico and Dennis over in B now. I can see Dennis is making the rotate as we have a beautiful, beautiful GoTV freeze. Thank you. I love it when this absolutely happens. It makes me so happy with my life decisions overall.
Do you want a hug?
I might need to hug it out. We might need to hug it out.
Kiyoshima on that boost, by the way. Now, Godby, I mean, he was a little bit slow on the shot. I think he might have actually been pre-aiming, assuming that Kiyoshima had made the boost. Because he made that sound. Yeah, this is exceedingly long, actually. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
I mean, that's a great truck tire and all, and the smoke in the hand. GoTV reconnecting. I love seeing that sign. That's beautiful.
So yeah, I think Kiyoshi was actually lucky he failed that jump on towards that little pillar there to actually get the kill towards Godby. That was impressive stuff here as well. So a little bit of lag for us here, which is always a shame.
Just a little. I think GoTV's actually... I can't really think of a way to...
I think it's got a few. I think they've got a few kangaroos loose in their top paddock, so to speak.
I think there's problems in the bed. Is one way. They've got.
Well, that's super annoying. We do apologise, of course, to our viewers here as a GoTV.
Apologise to myself because I'm annoyed by this. Oh, beautiful! It's going to load up again, and that means it's going to be all over. I think. So,
guys, send your condolences to Lee, who's obviously greatly affected by this issue.
Oh, it's going, it's going. Press continue, damn it. Go, 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 go. We got it back. It's Happy in a... Well, okay. I don't know what the hell happened to the rest of the team, but Happy's all alone in a 1-on-2. Dennis is at the back. Nico is over on B side, so they had to split it 1-on-1. Happy is going to try and smoke out one side and maybe fake it out here. He's going to have to go for a whip and switch. Dennis will find him. So, we will go to the last round. What will happen? God only knows, because I'd love to know what happened actually there, because that was a 3-on-5. 3-on-2? It was a 3-on-2. Dennis and Nico, they were kind of split.
3v3, apparently. Regardless, this is still match point here. So mousesports again, they're dicing with death. They're dancing with the devil, so to speak. But that last round there was very good for them.
Any more? Dicing with death, dancing with the devil.
Dancing with Daz.
Dancing with Daz.
That's an Aussie one there, I guess.
Isn't that an advert?
I don't know.
Daz the whitener. It's cleaning stuff or something like that.
No, it's short for Darren.
Darren, Dazza.
Yeah, like
Dazza, Bazza and Wazza.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, well, they're going to push on through. Keo is going to be the man that gets the opening shot on towards Nico as they push away in towards B-site. Next, trying to get some shots around Pillar, but he's forced down to pit. And Kenny hops, skips, and jumps with a kill. Chris J and Godby. Godby's coming from an unorthodox angle, coming all the way around the back. Chris J just needs to hold angle. Oh, Godby's going to get cut down. Not been a great game for Godby overall, I've got to admit. 30 kills for Chris J in that game. Great position for him overall, but it is going to be Envy that come out on top. 16-14. We're not going to get the overtime coming out of mousesports this time around. But what a great night of Counter-Strike, honestly. I wasn't sure what to make of it tonight when I first looked at the lineup. I was thinking, this is going to be a tough one. But actually, we had some pretty good CS.
No, we really have, actually. Yeah, as I said, ostensibly games that you think maybe looking a little bit more one-sided on paper. I'm super impressed with mousesports. A little bit disappointed with that last game. They couldn't close it out. But they took some big risks, or they, I guess, made some hard decisions. And you can see here, of course, the score lines. We'll go from the start anyway for the benefit of everyone at home.
Yeah, the first game, that's going to catch a lot of eyes if nobody saw that one, because I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, Titans' case was against SK last week, almost losing to them. A little bit questionable.
Who was subbing for Smiths?
It was EnVyUS.
EnVyUS.
Yeah, so he's a Belgian player, plays for Platinum. So that was, honestly, lackluster from them. I think Schneider actually gelling a little bit better with Hellraisers in that one. The next one, we saw Pentasports go up against Hellraisers, and we're saying, all right, Hellraisers, after that first match, I mean, that was pretty damn convincing, even against a stand-in. But they really crumpled there on Dust 2.
Was it Tarson that had 26 in the first half? Tabson was it. Close. That's for sure. Then Na'Vi, well, they picked apart Hellraisers on train, Guardian show, and Edward, actually. Edward showing up pretty big in that one. But next, the Mirage game. mousesports did pull it to overtime. Na'Vi really struggled on the CT side, honestly, when they had themselves a good T side, and then either they switched. It wasn't to be, though. mousesports, Nico going huge in that game. Absolutely. And Chris J, 8 kills in 2 rounds running, or 2 4Ks. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from him. Then we got to Inferno. Now, that score is probably a lot closer than it should have been, I think. Clearly, obviously, the human centipede for Fnatic.
Crabs and centipedes were there.
They preferred to call it crabs. They were
I know what I saw,
basically, it was Julie's crawling, the T-side pistol. Fun and games had by Fnatic. And then actually they realized, wait a minute, we may actually lose this matchup. We should probably take it seriously. And they finally closed it out. Very, very close stuff, though. Penta looking a lot better, honestly, overall tonight. And then finally, this last matchup. 7-1 at one point for mousesports. They've got to feel a little hard done by the fact that it went to 8-7 in that first half. They probably should have closed out that T-side stronger.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to have done that as well. I mean, as I said, I think they made some difficult decisions and put themselves in tough spots because they had to sort of win the game. You know, going with that force up when it was 9-14 there, and they made it work. That kind of stuff is what stands out to me is really impressive, and that's one of the most beautiful parts of Counter-Strike, that you can put that into motion and actually make it work. Also, worth pointing out as well that Na'Vi have dropped games to Penta and mousesports, both of them this season as well, as close as they have been. So this is a team as well who's very much on the cusp. I think they were at sort of 3rd, 4th, so they're very much in there. They're fighting for that 4th spot with Titan and some of those other teams right up there as well. So keep your eyes on how that one sort of transpires. And towards the end as well, Envy showing us why they don't really like Overpass there. They get it done in the end.
Yeah.
We're seeing some great plays from players on both those teams there as well. Really, these games all delivered tonight, so I'm chuffed.
Yeah. Pretty good night overall. That is it from here at the ESL ESEA Pro League. No American games tonight. Remember, everybody is starting to travel to Cluj, so be sure to join in and watch that major. I know I'll definitely be tuning in for it. That's going to be over in Cluj. And we'll be back here on the 3rd of November. So quite a little break for us overall on the Pro League. And then we'll be straight back into action. TSM playing 3 games that opening night as well. So you're going to want to join that one. But until then, we'll be able to find out who the next major champion will be. It's going to be a long old time. We'll see. Could we see TSM finally picking up their first Masters? Who knows? Their majors, Masters, majors. First major, who knows? Envy could get their 2nd. Fnatic could get their 4th.
That's right.
Who's your money on?
Honestly, I think TSM could do it. I have been impressed by them. I mean, against Fnatic was a bit of a road bump for them as well. I think Device is in the best form of his career. I'm not really going to sort of speak as if I'm a super authority on that one as well, but you know, in a qualitative sense, different from what we've seen at least here as well. Looking at
what was he? 20 kills, 1 death the other night.
Yeah, something filthy like that. So they're playing super well. I want to see how that translates sort of to online. Virtus Pro as well. I want to see how they go. They've had some interesting results.
So hot and cold.
This has been a pretty weird pro league for them. Obviously, they're not going to qualify for the finals. I don't think they actually can anymore. So, you know, that's a bit disappointing. I
want to see Na'Vi turning up as well. I want to see a big performance from Na'Vi at this majors. I think there's a big chance for them overall as well. Definitely a quarters or semis, hopefully, for them once. But overall, thinking Fnatic. I think Fnatic might do it. I think this could be their 4th. Who knows? I hope to see a... TSM would be great because we get a new major champion. That would be fantastic. We don't want to see one team dominating all, do we? Anyway, you guys at home, be sure to join in. Get on your hashtag CSGO Pro League. Give us your thoughts overall. That is us for tonight. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Until then, have a great night.